Let's dive right into this explainer and finally solve the confusion surrounding the massive 2026 Myntra Seller Dashboard update. Because look, we all want to get our products live without a massive headache, right? If you've logged into your seller account recently, you already know the whole interface has been completely overhauled. And sure, these updates are supposed to make things better eventually, but right now, they are leaving so many sellers totally scratching their heads. People are literally unsure of how to list a simple product. Missing even a single step in this new layout can cause major listing errors or worse, outright rejections. So today, we're going to walk through this newly updated process step by step to make absolutely sure your products get exactly where they belong, right in front of millions of active shoppers. To get us there, we're going to break this whole thing down into 5 super clear phases. First, the 2026 dashboard confusion. Second, starting your new listing. Third, getting your CSV template. Fourth, filling the mandatory details. And lastly, images and final submission. All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, the 2026 dashboard confusion, navigating the new update. So many sellers are getting completely lost in the new catalog menu right from the jump. And what you're seeing here brilliantly illustrates the very first major roadblock you're going to hit. When you look over at the right side of your dashboard to add a new listing, you are presented with 2 extremely similar options: Add Listing in Bulk and Add Listing in Bulk MAS. It is so incredibly easy to click the wrong one here. But here's the deal. MAS stands for Myntra Assigned Services. That option is strictly for older high-volume accounts that actually have dedicated Myntra managers handling their cataloging for them. If you're an independent seller managing your own shop, clicking MAS is just going to lead you straight to a dead end. So as a regular seller taking control of your own inventory, you absolutely must ensure you click the standard Add Listing in Bulk button. Moving right along to Section 2, starting your new listing, the initial click path. Once you dodge that MAS trap, you just need to follow these 4 quick steps through the user interface. First up, head to the catalog option. Now, because the menu has expanded with new stuff like catalog corrections and add listing to existing, you want to purposefully click on Add and Track New Listing. From there, exactly like we just talked about, hit Add Listing in Bulk. This is going to bring you to the article type selection, which is basically just your product category. You can browse through the list or honestly just use the search bar to save some time. For our specific case study today, we're going to be listing a wooden toy set. So we'd search for home decor and drill down right into the home gift set category. Once you click that, the dashboard instantly adapts to your specific product type. Pretty smooth once you know where to look. Next up is Section 3, getting your CSV template, generating your product sheet. Now, before the system actually hands over that spreadsheet, it asks you a quick question about your photography studio. Historically, Myntra was super strict about this. They often required sellers to use their own official in-house photo shoots instead of third-party setups. Today, they give you a drop-down listing official studios in cities like Kolkata, Mumbai, Delhi, and Noida. But you might be wondering, what if I did the photography myself, or just used a local third-party studio? Don't stress it at all. Simply scroll down, select Other Studio, and boom! The moment you make that selection, a button magically appears to download your CSV template. Give that a click, and you finally have the exact spreadsheet required for your specific category. Which brings us to Section 4, filling the mandatory details, the wooden toys case study. The absolute crucial point here is getting this data right so your product doesn't get bounced back by the internal review team. We're going to slow down a bit here and use our wooden toys as a concrete example to make this completely foolproof for you. When you open up that Excel sheet, you're going to be staring at a lot of intimidating columns and strict instructions about mandatory fields. And the very first thing you'll probably notice are the columns for style and style group. It totally feels like you should fill them in, right? Well, do not panic. You can start by confidently leaving these first 2 columns completely blank. Seriously. They are not required for your initial setup, and typing random data in there is basically a fast track to an error message. Okay, now let's look at how we actually map these abstract CSV column names to our real-world product data. You're going to start entering your info at the vendor article column. Just think of this as your SKU or stock keeping unit. So for our wooden toys, we might just input SKU_01. Moving right along, you'll select your brand name from the drop-down menu. You'll also need to input your manufacturer details and your country of origin, which for most local sellers simply means typing India across all 5 required country columns. Then we hit pricing and material. We're inputting $14.99 for the printed MRP. And for material, even if wooden isn't explicitly listed in their predefined dropdown, you can just select the closest match, something like bamboo, which is processed almost identically in their system, just to make sure your sheet validates without a hitch. You'll just continue populating all the dropdowns and text fields with these specific details to feed the Myntra algorithm exactly what it needs to categorize your wooden toys. We're talking everything from setting your brand color to multicolor to establishing the fashion type as core. You'll select 2026 for the year and spring for the season. Go ahead and input today's date for the added date. But pay really close attention to the tags column. This one is absolutely fantastic for your searchability on the platform. You can plug in multiple tags separated by commas. Think wooden toy, wooden baby toy, or wooden playing game. Doing this feeds their search engine the exact keywords it needs to put your amazing product right in front of the perfect buyers. Now, we also have to tackle the logistics data, and listen to me closely. Accuracy here is absolutely non-negotiable. If you mess this part up, you will face major shipping discrepancies and potential financial penalties. First, you need to declare your net quantity, which for a single box of toys is just one piece. Simple enough. Then enter your exact package dimensions in centimeters. In our example, we're looking at a length of 15 centimeters, a width of 12 centimeters, and a height of 20 centimeters. But crucially, watch out for the weight column. It asks for the weight in kilograms, not grams. So if your toy box weighs 210 grams, you literally must convert it and enter 0.210 kilograms. It's small details exactly like this that the internal review team is actively checking for. We are in the home stretch. Let's hit section 5, images and final submission going live on Myntra. If you scroll all the way to the far right of your spreadsheet, you're going to find the columns for your product images, first image, second image, and so on. But here is the massive catch. You cannot upload image files like JPEGs or PNGs directly into this Excel sheet. It just doesn't work that way. Instead, you must generate URLs from a third-party image hosting site. You simply upload your product photos to a host, copy the direct link they give you, and paste those URLs right into the image columns on your CSV. And this is highly critical. You have to ensure they are active, clickable links. They must appear blue and underlined in your spreadsheet. If they're just sitting there as plain black text, the Myntra system won't be able to pull your images, and your whole catalog submission will fail. Once your beautiful, clickable blue image links are firmly in place and you've double-checked all those mandatory fields we talked about, go ahead and save your Excel file. Now head on back to your Myntra Seller Dashboard. Right to the exact spot where you downloaded the template earlier. You're just going to execute these final 3 clicks. Click Upload Complete File and select your newly saved CSV. Once the system gives you the green light and accepts the file, your very final step is to confidently click Submit Catalog. Doing this pushes all of your hard work directly into Myntra's internal review queue. 24. That is the maximum number of hours it typically takes for the internal Myntra team to review your submitted catalog. And because you followed this structured process today, because you left the right columns blank, mapped your logistics perfectly, and provided active, clickable image URLs, you won't have to worry about getting those frustrating rejection emails. Within a single day, your brand new product will be live on the platform and ready for eager customers to purchase. Now that you've totally mastered the bulk upload process and conquered the 2026 dashboard update, I want you to take a look at this final question on screen. What other parts of the seller portal are tripping you up right now? Which dashboard feature is still slowing down your sales? We really want to know what other hurdles we can clear for you in our next explainer. Keep learning, keep optimizing your shop, and let's get those sales numbers skyrocketing.